What if love never happened for you? Would your life still feel full? Would you still feel whole and happy within yourself? That's a question that it's it's quite hard. It might sound quite tough to say it out loud. But it's a question that I had to ask myself a couple of years ago after another bad relationship ended. And it helped me build my life in a complete different way than I was doing before. If you're new here, my name is Candela. I'm a self-love and mindset coach, and I help women who don't want to shrink or lose themselves in the name of love to create a life that feels solid from within. So love can feel like something that adds up and not that takes over your whole life. If you are on that same boat, you are welcome to join. You can subscribe below. Let me go back a couple of years ago. I was in this almost 3-year on and off situationship, feeling honestly so tired, because for that period of my life I thought that love was meant to be earned, that you were meant to fight for love, that you should make whatever, like do whatever it takes to keep love, to secure it, because that's a story that a lot of women have been told, especially in our 30s, that we are not doing life right, we are not complete, we are like something must be wrong with us if we are single. And there's nothing farther from the truth. And that belief, that story is what makes a lot of women stay in places that they know are not meant for them, but they stay there out of fear of not being chosen again. And that also make women, and it made me, that's why I'm telling you this story, put so much emphasis on love that it became kind of like the most important thing in my life. I was always in a relationship or trying to get a relationship or trying to get over a relationship. Love was always the center of my life, and every decision, every choice that I made, I was always thinking about, like, is this bringing me closer to love or farther away from it? And let me tell you something, that's not a way to live. And honestly, in my own experience and the experience that I had, a lot of my clients had too, is that the more emphasis that you put on that, the more you lose yourself in the whole process of trying to find and keep love. The thing is, those beliefs that you need to be with someone, that something is wrong with you if you are single, help keep like perpetuating the narrative that we are not whole on our own. And when I faced that question myself, if love never happened, not because I didn't want it, but because that's also an option. Maybe love won't happen on the timeline that I had for it. Maybe love will happen later in my life, or maybe it won't. And if that was the case, will I still be okay with that? Will I still be happy on my own? Will I still have a full, happy life? And that question changed a lot of things because I realized that I was putting so much emphasis on love. And at the same time, I was kind of like, I didn't want it to say out loud that I wanted love because I felt like that made me weak, or that saying it out loud would make it real. And it was safer to say, no, I'm good on my own. I don't need anyone. I am not just prioritizing that right now. While inside, my brain was just like, oh my God, you cannot keep a man. You cannot do this. What is wrong with you? But I played chill on the outside because it was easier than admitting that I was scared of what love did to me. Because I felt like every time that I went into a relationship, it was a catastrophe. I started behaving in a way that I couldn't believe myself. I consider myself a capable and smart woman in every other area of my life, but when it came to relationships, I felt like I was just a little kid that didn't know how to manage herself. That's when I realized I needed to start seeing relationships differently. I needed to start behaving in love differently. I needed to change something. I didn't want it to keep doing that to myself over and over again. Situationship versus like another relationship and one thing after the other. And I was always feeling like so confused, always trying to keep the peace and not really being aware of the things that were happening, or pretending not to see what was happening in order to keep that, to secure that relationship. And if you feel this, and if you can identify yourself in any of those situations, there is nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. I feel you, and I know how bad it feels. I really do. Because I lived my life like that for years. For years. And honestly, what changed that wasn't just knowing or learning how to date better, how to do relationships better. It was about the question that I said before. Let me repeat that once again. If love never happened, would your life still be full, whole? Will you still be happy on your own? That's the key point. That's what changes it all. Because from that energy, you can start building an inner world that you love so much. A full life with whatever you work on, and a social life, and your habits, and your routines, and your dreams, and your bucket lists, and all the things. And start living like that now. Not just keep waiting for someone to do things with, or for that relationship to finally happen so you can have that feeling of safety. But giving that feeling of safety to yourself. Do you know how powerful is that? Once you get to that point, then love can actually meet you in a different position. You're gonna be in a completely different place. And the way that you can relate to love will change dramatically. And I saw that time and time again with my clients. When they started working on themselves, when they started doing the things that they have been postponing for so long because they didn't have the partner, when they decentered love from their lives, they created all this energy, all this joy, all this love, all this purpose. When they started living their fullest life, funnily enough, love met them there. A different kind of love. And this is not to say that doing the inner work will guarantee you a relationship. But this, I can say for sure. When you do the inner work, the people that you are gonna attract, the interactions that you are gonna have, are gonna be dramatically different. Because you are not gonna even be in the same frequency, in the same level with the people that you were before. You will be in a complete new, more powerful, more joyful way of living, and you are gonna attract people that are on that level. So yeah, doing the inner work is not about denying love. It's not about saying, no, I don't want it. It's about loving yourself enough to leave those places where you are not valued, where you have to perform for love, and learn how to relate to love differently. How to take care of yourself and your joy first and foremost. So when love comes, it can feel like adding up to your life. It can feel like more passion, more fun, more joy, more connection, and not like something that you have to organize your entire life around. And if this is making you feel like, oh my God, yes, that's me, that's what I've been doing, I need to change that, I am hosting a free masterclass really soon, and I'm going to give you all the details here below. It's free, you're gonna get the recording if you cannot make it live, and I swear to you, it's gonna change how you see love forever. So go take a look at the details, and I really hope to see you there.